Hello children, in this video we will be doing the fifth chapter in geography, that is natural vegetation and wildlife. So in this we are going to exactly learn about the flora and fauna of India and Brazil. That is all the vegetation and all the animals, birds that are found in both the countries. So children, in front of you there are a few pictures of plants and animals, birds. So this is all belonging to Brazil. So first we will begin with the vegetation of Brazil. So in the first picture you can see cactus, then we have coffee, teak wood tree, rufous belly thrush, jaguar and anaconda. So basically children, this is all that we can find in Brazil. That is a mix of flora and fauna. So children, in Brazil, rainfall varies due to the physiography. I hope you all remember the physiography of Brazil. Like there are two highlands, there is the Great Escarpment, there is the equator. Okay, so because of the physiography, the rainfall in Brazil differentiates. So in most parts of the equatorial region, that is in the northern part, it rains throughout the year, okay, because of the convectional rainfall. As one moves away, okay, as we go down towards the south, as we move away from the equator, the number of rainy days as well as the amount of rainfall reduces. Okay, so as we come down from the north towards the south, the amount of rainfall reduces. So this affects the life cycle of vegetation too. So that is why we can see different type of vegetations in Brazil too. So children, the major forest types of Brazil are equatorial forest, tropical forest, swampy lands, hot deciduous forest, thorny shrubs and temperate grasslands. So children, these all forests are depending upon the amount of rainfall, okay, the type of physiography. So these are all the reasons because they are having these types of forest. So evergreen forests are found in the area where it rains throughout the year. In regions which receive rainfall only for a certain seasons, okay, like India, the density of vegetation reduces. Instead of forests, various types of grasses grow because there is no rainfall, continuous rainfall. That is why there are no much forest found in those type of regions where there is the rainfall is seasonal. So that is why there are a type of grasses that we find like the short shrubs, okay, thorny vegetation, etc. So these all grow because they don't need lot amount of water. So Brazil has the largest number of vegetation species in the world. Okay, so this includes evergreen vegetation. That is, this kind of vegetation is found where there is continuous rainfall. Then we have semi evergreen, okay, that means where seasonal kind of rainfall takes place, and the arid. So arid is basically found in the desert or the dry regions. So one finds trees like pau Brazil, rubber, mahogany, rosewood and a variety of orchids. So because of this evergreen rainforest in Brazil, okay, there is a large amount of oxygen that is released in the environment. So this helps to reduce the carbon dioxide levels. Therefore, these rainforests are rightly called as the lungs of the world. So children, you can just imagine that there is so much of pollution going around. Then they are burning the forest. Recently, you might have also seen the news in 2019 December and early January 2020. You might have heard of the burning of the Amazon forest, the rainforest that is there. So there is a lot of loss. So this lungs of the world is slowly deteriorating. So it is we as humans, we need to protect it. So that is why it is very necessary to protect our environment. So children, now we will do the vegetation of India. So let's see what type of major forest types are found in India. So first we have the evergreen forest. Okay, so these forests are basically wherever there is more rainfall found, there these kind of forests are found. Then we have the deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, Himalayan forest and coastal forest. So now let's understand all these forests in detail and see what kind of vegetations are found in different type of forest. So in regions which receive more than 2000 millimeter of rainfall, so with abundant sunlight, okay, so there we find evergreen forests. That means this is a lot of rainfall, 2000 millimeter. So that is why that means that region is receiving rainfall throughout the year and there is abundant sunlight as well. So the vegetation that is found in these areas are the leaves of trees in these forests are broad. Okay, they are very broad and green in color. The trees have hardwood, that is the wood is very hard, which can be used for furnitures and also house building, heavy and durable. For example, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, etc. Also, there are various types of creepers, okay, the climbers found here. So, the highest biodiversity is found in these forests. So, you might, if you have seen ever the videos of any, evergreen forest, you might have seen the forest is so green, so, lively. There are many number of animals, birds, the vegetation is very fresh. So that is why the biodiversity, that is there are many types of species found in these kind of forest, that is the evergreen forest. In regions receiving rainfall between 1000 millimeter, okay, that is less now. Earlier in the evergreen forest we had 2000 millimeter. So now in region which receives 1000 to 2000 millimeter in India, the forest that is found in these types of region is the deciduous forest. In dry seasons, trees shed their leaves. That means whenever there is dry season, that is a winter season. So that time these leaves are, shed from the trees. Why? So that, they may retain the water in them, in the roots and in the stems. So basically they want the water to be kept. So if the leaves are there, then the evaporation process will be even more faster. So in order so that, during the summer season, so that the evaporation may not take fast, they shed their leaves to protect water in their stems and roots. So for example, the vegetation like the teak tree, bamboo, banyan tree, peepal tree, etc. are the trees that are found in these forests, that is the deciduous forest. Regions that receive less than 500, okay, now we have come down to 500 millimeter of rainfall. So in this region there are dry summers, okay, because the rainfall is less, that is why there is dry summers there for a very long period. So thorny and shrub type vegetation is found in these type of regions. Thorny and shrub means what? These kind of plants do not need more of water. The leaves are small in size. For example, catechu, acacia, kejri, and varieties of cactus like aloe vera and agave are found in these kind of forest. In swampy areas, okay, that is marshy, watery, estuaries and lagoons, near the coastal areas have saline soils. Okay, so near the coastal areas, that is a sea area, obviously the water there is salty. Okay, so accordingly we will have the vegetation. Okay, so in coastal type of vegetation, we have plants or trees like the mangroves. I hope you all know about it. We are surrounded with mangroves near the coastal regions of Mumbai. Or in India, it is also called as the Sundarbans, which is also the largest delta in the world, which is, across India and Bangladesh. So, the wood of these trees, okay, the mangroves, the wood of these trees that are there is oily. Okay, so that I hope you all know what is the reason of mangroves. Okay, what is the main thing, the role that they play, that is protecting the coast from flooding. So that is why the trees, okay, the branches, the wood that is there is oily, and it is light in weight, and it is very durable, that is, it is very strong. In the Indian Himalayas, okay, three types of forest are found according to the altitude. That means from lower to the highest, okay, from lower, the mid level and the highest level. There are three types of forest found in the Himalayan region. In areas located at the highest altitude, okay, at the highest point, seasonally flowering trees are found. Okay, the trees in which flowers come out, those kind of trees are found. In regions with medium, that is in the mid level of the height, coniferous trees like pine tree, deodar tree, fir tree are found. Okay, and when we come down to the foothills, mixed forests are found. So that is also because of varied types of rainfall, soil, physiography. So this includes both. Okay, here we have both type of vegetation, that is coniferous and the deciduous type of forest. Where, children? In the foothills of the Himalayas. Here the proportion of sal trees is higher. So near the foothills of the Himalayas, we can find more number of sal trees. So now we will be doing the wildlife of Brazil. So children, a greater diversity of wildlife is found in Brazil than any other country in the world. In the swampy areas of the Pantanal, huge anacondas are found. In Brazil, guinea pigs, crocodiles, alligators, monkeys, pumas, leopards, etc. are found. Among the fish, okay, what are the things that are found in fishes, that is the aquatic animals? Fishes like the swordfish are found in the sea. We also have the pink dolphins, which is very rare and they look very beautiful. And even the deadly piranhas are found in the rivers of Brazil. So children, in birds, what are the different species of birds? We have birds like condors, which are huge in size and fly high in the sky. Various types of parrots are found. Then macaws and flamingos are the major birds found in Brazil. So children, leaving the birds, we also have millions of insects and species found in Brazil. As a result of these varieties, the wildlife in Brazil is very rich and diverse. So children, what is happening with the environment in Brazil? The degradation of environment is happening due to illegal smuggling. Okay, there is illegal smuggling of wild animals. Okay, there is slash and burn agriculture, which is also called as roca or shifting agriculture, where they burn or cut down the trees in order to, grow the different crops there, which is really hurting the environment and the ecosystem of that particular place. Brazil is facing these problems even today. Many endemic species are on the verge of getting extinct because of these issues. So, children, a survey done in 2016 has found that approximately 5831, okay, that is 5831 square kilometer of land under the forest in Brazil has already been wiped out that year, that is 2016. So just imagine the the fire that took place recently in 2019 might have taken away so much of vegetation, and along with it all the animals and species that were there. So you can imagine the number of exploitation that is being taken place. So this is going to pay back. So this is the right time we need to take care of our environment. It may be our country or Brazil. Next we will see the wildlife of India. So children, India is also a mega diverse country in terms of wildlife. In India also we find variety of species and animals, birds. There are many species of wildlife in India, like elephants are found in hot and humid forest, okay, elephants. Then we have the one horned rhinoceros that are found in the swampy and marshy lands of Assam. Okay, I hope you all know what is swampy. That is, the watery area where it is mixed with the land near Assam. Then we have the wild ass and camels found in the arid lands, that is basically very dry regions. Snow leopards and yaks are found in the snow-capped region of Himalayas. Can you see these animals look so beautiful? Indian bisons, deer, antelopes and monkeys are found in the peninsula region. I hope children you all know what is peninsula region. Okay, so after the Indian plains, okay, we have the Great Indian Plains. After that region towards the south, we have the peninsula region. Okay, that is also called as a plateau region. So in these region we find these kind of animals. India is the only country in the world where both tigers and lions are found. So children, in the rivers, let's see what are the animals that are found in the rivers and the seas. So in rivers, estuaries and coastal areas, there are many aquatic animals found, like the turtles, crocodiles, gavials, which is also called as gharials. These are all, a family of alligators, crocodiles. The forest and the wetlands are the shelter of variety of birds. Okay, now these are the birds that are found in India. So our country is also favorable for many birds like peacocks, Indian bustard, kingfishers, pheasants, ducks, parakeets, cranes and pigeons. All these species make it a land of unique habitat of wildlife. So children, can you see these birds are so colorful with so much of color in them, so beautiful, and there are many other species found. These are just a few, so that you may study for your exams. Now children, let's see how India's wildlife is getting extinct because of us, that is humankind. So many species of wildlife are on the verge of extinction. Just like Brazil, we are also facing the problem of extinction of many wildlife species. Not only wildlife animals, but also the vegetation that we are just deteriorating. So because of poaching, what is the meaning of poaching? Poaching means, the hunters and all, they kill the animals, okay, for ivory or for their bones. It may be for medicines, cosmetics, whatever reason. But because of them, there are many animals which are getting extinct. Then even because of pollution, there is so much of pollution in the country. It may be air pollution, water pollution, just name it. We have all types of pollution because it is making the animals, they are not able to adapt to these kind of environments, and rapidly occurring deforestation. So children, we are just taking away their houses, okay, we are just cutting down forest for our greedy needs. So we need to stop all these things if we want these beautiful species to be alive. So the government of India has set up a number of national parks, okay, where these animals can be kept safe. There are wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves for the protection of wildlife and forest in India. So it is not just up to the government. We as the citizens of the country, we also should be very responsible enough to take care of the environment, not only of the animals, the wildlife, but also the vegetation. Okay children, with this we have now completed with the lesson. Thank you for listening children. Take care.